In a number of recent videos, we've been looking at the 1999 Legends comic Star Wars Vader's Quest, seeing exactly how both Darth Vader and Palpatine learned Luke Skywalker's name, and revealing it was the son of Anakin Skywalker who destroyed the Death Star. We'll finish off this series today by looking at how Vader would ultimately come within arm's reach of capturing Luke in the aftermath of Episode 4, with his efforts thwarted when the population of the planet Jasmine gathered the courage to confront Vader. As a very brief recap, after interrogating another captured rebel pilot named Thurlow Harris on the planet of Centaurus, Vader would learn the name of Luke Skywalker and realize his son was alive. After eliminating any others on Centaurus who might reveal these details to the Empire, Vader was fortunate to learn of Luke's mission to the planet Jasmine, allowing Vader to begin his own secret mission to capture the rebel pilot and begin his own machinations against Palpatine. While Luke went to Jasmine, believing the planet's ruler, Lord Prepredenko, wanted to leave the Empire and ally with the rebellion, the entire plan was a ploy orchestrated by the Lord to defeat the rebels on his own planet, which included his daughter, the Princess Seiner. Ultimately, the entire scheme backfired on the Lord. After he received false information that made him believe Vader ordered Luke's execution, and then falling for the subterfuge of his daughter that actually rescued Luke, the Lord welcomed Vader to the planet with the news that Luke had been executed as per his orders. This led a furious Vader to arrest and physically break the ruler of Jasmine before his execution was then broadcast across the entire planet. However, as we'll see, Vader's wrath and fury against the Lord would unintentionally cause the population to question their alliance with the Empire. Following the execution of the Lord, the Princess of Jasmine and the others opposed to the Empire dedicated themselves to thwarting Vader by helping Luke escape the planet, as that was the one thing Vader went to Jasmine for. After traveling back into the city at night and ambushing a building where they could provide Luke with a starfighter, the group was confused to find the stormtroopers had already been defeated. It's then revealed that another rebel pilot named Jal beat them there, looking to help Luke escape as well, and trying to make up for the fact that it was his fault Vader discovered Luke's location there in the first place. But just as Jal was explaining his renewed commitment to fighting the Empire, Darth Vader and his stormtroopers appeared to confront the rebels, promising their demise as would be the fate of all rebels. At that point, Vader attempted to make a deal with Seiner. If she handed Luke over to him, Vader would allow her to rule the planet in her father's place. But given the destruction Vader had already caused on Jasmine, and not wanting to ally with someone who so obviously cared for no one, the princess declined Vader's offer. Just when it seemed that Vader would then move in to capture Luke, a bottle was launched at one of his stormtroopers. When the Sith Lord turned to see who would dare oppose him, he found a seemingly endless crowd had gathered to confront him and promised their support to the princess. But Vader, not deterred in the slightest, simply gave her one more opportunity to hand over Luke. When she confirmed she would never do so, Vader ordered his stormtroopers to turn their blasters on the crowd, and if their annihilation still didn't convince the princess, the Sith Lord wanted their Star Destroyer to begin its orbital bombardment of Jasmine. Facing the potential for what could amount to the destruction of a significant part of the planet and its population, Luke decided to turn himself over to Vader to avoid any more fighting. Although the princess and her allies begged Luke not to allow himself to be captured, Luke believed there was no other choice. But as Luke walked towards the Sith Lord, literally getting to within only a few steps from Vader, Luke, Vader, and the entire crowd of stormtroopers and Jasmine citizens were stunned by a massive explosion in the planet's orbit. Due to the bravery of the rebel pilot Jal, who was able to escape during the confrontation to engage the Imperial capital ship and sacrifice himself, they now didn't have to fear the bombardment of the planet, at least for the moment. Emboldened by Jal's sacrifice and the capital ship's destruction, the princess pointed out what Vader had already realized. The population of Jasmine had rose up against him and the Empire. Asking Vader if he dared to make any more demands, Vader still refused to surrender, igniting his lightsaber to engage those who opposed the Empire. However, when the princess asked Vader if he was really going to fight an entire planet alone, the Sith Lord thought better of it, turning his lightsaber off and accepting the battle had been temporarily lost. But before he left the planet, Vader made it clear he also had additional plans for Jasmine and it wasn't over yet. With that, Vader turned and made his way through the enormous crowd, which quickly opened up a path for him so as to allow Vader to escape. With Vader having departed, Luke, the princess, and their allies recognized that while Vader may have fled, it would have been unwise to try to confront him then and there, as although they had the far superior numbers, they knew there was still a good chance Vader would have prevailed. So there we have it, how Vader was confronted by the population of Jasmine, which prevented his capture of Luke. Thank you very much to all of the Patreon members of Star Wars Reading Club, as your support is so greatly appreciated. You can find all of our social media links and a link to our Star Wars gaming channel in the description below for updates and even more Star Wars content. We love making these videos, so why not subscribe for more fun Star Wars theories and discussions. Also, if you enjoyed the video, think about giving a like or leaving a comment. If not for me... for apparently not knowing who Vader is.